So we're going to go ahead and get started. So thank you everybody for joining today. Really excited. Trinant is always really, really exciting for Jive, and I've had so many great referrals come from you, and we really just want to keep that momentum going and make sure that everyone knows enough about Jive to be dangerous, but not too much to be overwhelmed. So who is Jive? So Jive is basically your phone system in the cloud. So we are unified voice, video contact center, web conferencing, and we have mobile solutions as well. Our technology is hosted voice over IP, which means that your telephones will run over your existing internet system. So this is different than a typical landline. The VoIP portion stands for Voice over Internet Protocol. And hosted means that our servers are maintained off-site, so the customers don't have to have servers at their facility, which is really nice for them and does keep that cost down. So again, just a reminder, if you have questions you're thinking of right now, because you're pre-muted, if you'll just write them down, or you can use the chat feature here to send me a question, and I'll address them in just a few moments. So what is hosted VoIP? Essentially, it's our technology that runs over the internet so that we have all of the heavy equipment in our data centers. And anytime you have an upgrade, anytime there is new technology that comes out, like a new feature or something unique and different that changes our service, it rolls out to every Jive user in real time, and they don't have to pay for upgrades. They don't have to pay for heavy equipment. All you're going to need is internet connection and a phone. So the internet speeds typically 90K up and down, which most people have. This is a business phone system, and so most business phone internet service will be sufficient for that, but we definitely test for that when we speak to our clients. So one of the greatest things about Jive that we offer are unlimited features. So this is a little bit unique in this market because a lot of companies will charge you for individual features. They're going to charge you for each piece of this, and it might only be $2.99 a month, but it's $2.99 a month per user. And they'll charge for other features. With Jive, you're just going to get all of these features included. So you're really going to be able to connect your office, your remote offices, people who work on the field, all in one system, which makes it really, really nice, really user-friendly. A couple of the main features that we have, some of our most popular ones, are local and long distance included in the U.S. and Canada. So you can call anyone within the U.S. and Canada, and you're not incurring additional charges. We do have international rates if you're calling outside of the U.S. or Canada, and those can be found on our website as well if you have questions about that. Another great thing I mentioned earlier was our mobile apps. So you can actually make calls from any Apple or Android device, whether it's a smartphone or a tablet or an iPad. You can download the Jive app and make calls from anywhere you are, and it stays on the Jive network, which is great for people who want to separate their business from their personal cell phone. We also call recording, so you can choose to record calls or not. A lot of businesses do record calls just for quality control, training purposes, and just basic reasons you'd want to go back and review any calls that you have. A virtual fax, which is going to eliminate the need for a physical fax machine. This is where you can fax to any fax machine, or you can receive from any fax machine, and it all comes through your email. And again, no additional cost. These features are all included. Another wonderful thing is a conference bridge. So you can have your team calls. You can have, businesses can have calls with people all over. Their remote employees can call in, which kind of eliminates the need for excess travel. If you're just having a weekly meeting, now you can do it just on a conference bridge. Some of our other features, either ring groups or call queues, they're going to route to the right people in the shortest amount of time, which is really great for the organization of your company. I can call, an entire sales team at once, and it will ring everyone on the sales team. So the customer doesn't have to wait and call 5 different numbers to get the same department. They can just call one ring group, and those can be set up as many as you need and however the customer likes them to be. And music on hold, a lot of people choose to put custom music on hold, or they can do advertisements for their company on hold. So you can basically just upload any type of sound file in the Jive PBX, and then you can customize that to your business. Voicemail to email is very convenient because wherever you are, if you open up your email, you can check your voicemail and you don't have to be at your desk phone for that. The 3-way calling, you can conference in other people. If I'm on the phone and we decide we need to talk to Bob over in accounting right now, I can just add his extension in and then have a 3-way call really quickly. Auto attendance is one of our hugely popular features. This will allow you to have a virtual attendant, basically. So when anyone calls a company and it says, "Oh, hey, thanks for calling Jive. If you would like to speak with sales, press 1. If you would like to speak with billing, press 2. If you would like to leave a message for the receptionist, press 3." Or you can set those up however you want in any number you want, and they're all included for that one price. So why Jive? I mean, yeah, there are other companies. There are other voice over IP companies. There are other, telephone options for people. And one of the biggest thing is that unlimited features, because the price point's going to be low because of our technology and because of the features being all inclusive. And Jive, really, we own our own technology, so we can kind of control the roadmap of where we go. We can integrate with things like Salesforce, Sugar CRM, Microsoft. There are all sorts of different CRMs that we're already integrated with, and we have an open API, which means that we can integrate with other CRMs, which makes businesses operate more efficiently. And we have 7 data centers within the U.S. We also have data centers in Canada, in the UK, in Asia, and in South America. What that means for reliability is that, say something happened to this data center in California. Well, we're watching that, and we know if something happened and that were to go down, we can reroute calls through Utah, through Texas, or wherever we need to, so those calls stay reliable. And we are one of the highest rated companies for customer satisfaction. Customers stay with us more than 98% of the time. And Jive doesn't have contracts. We don't lock you into a 3-year contract. So we know that we have to earn our customers' business every month, and we've done very well with that. We have a great tech support team, great customer care, and a really good team overall. And Jive, again, is one of the easiest to use. It's one of the easiest, personally, I've ever used. The interface that we have, our dial plan editor, is so simple that anyone could use it. And if you still aren't comfortable using it, we have a tech support team that can help you set up your calls however you'd like. So who uses Jive? Well, we have all different types of companies that use Jive. It may seem kind of overwhelming, but I'm sure everyone knows a business or two that could use Jive, whether it's a small business out of someone's garage, or a medium-sized business with 20 to 50 people in an office, or we get into our enterprise businesses with more than 100 people, K-12 and public sector. So we're talking about school districts with thousands of phones on their PBX. We have many franchises on Jive, retail, restaurants. I could go on and on. Basically, any business is a good candidate for Jive. So what do you do as a Turn On associate? We want to make it easy for you. We want you to understand how simple it is to refer and how simple it is for you to get credit. You're just going to recommend Jive to your potential clients. And then you're going to send that information over to us, and we're going to reach out to them and do all the heavy lifting. We don't expect you to be an expert. We just expect you to at least have a conversation with them so they know that they are expecting to hear from us. So we ask you to pre-qualify the referral. And basically what that means is making sure that the customer is aware that Jive's going to be calling, that they have had at least a conversation with you about it, and that they will answer our phone call. So some of the questions you can ask the decision maker for a potential referral I have listed here. So we want to make sure that we are talking to the decision maker and that that's the person that's referred. That makes the process go a lot smoother, and that will ensure that it is a really good, solid lead for us and for you. So we ask, what are they currently doing for their phone system? Are you looking to upgrade or change your phone system? Are you curious about this hosted voice over IP because we hear it's going to save you money? Are you interested in talking to someone to see if we can save you money on your monthly bill? Additionally, we have so many features that make businesses operate more efficiently that even if we're maybe not saving them money, we are helping their business operate efficiently. So that's helping them make more money. And that's something that we can go into, deeper if you'd like. We just don't want to overwhelm you with all of the nitty-gritty details. We want you to build your Tronant business and send referrals and do what you're good at. Some other information that's helpful for us to know, if you have it, people have sent me their phone bill for their client, and that's very helpful. You can email those to tronant@jive.com after you have sent the referral through your Builder app. But maybe how many phones they have, if they're wanting to keep their existing phone numbers, if they need to use a fax machine or if they're okay with email to fax, and how quickly are they wanting to get this set up. That will give us a good idea of how we can, attack those. So how to register your referral. So you're going to want to register your referral. You can go to jive.com/Tronant, or you can go through your Tronant Builder app. We do want your full name, your first and last name, your email, all of your Tronant contact information. And then we'll also want the same type of information for the person that you're referring. So if you have a first name and a last name, phone number, and email. I have noticed that if you put your email address in as the company's email address, if you don't know it, sometimes that kicks the lead out. I still get notification, but I may call you and ask for more information. So if you have that information up front, that's definitely the best. And you can confirm the best time to call them, or how they prefer to be contacted. Again, our hours are typically 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. Some of our sales associates come in earlier, and some of them stay later. But we have our basic core business hours. So if you refer a lead, you typically will get a response the same day or the next business day. So Jive will contact you. Our account executive will contact you as the associate who referred, and then they'll also contact the referral. So we do like to reach out to you just to, ask additional questions to let you know that we've received that lead, and just to give you an update. And then you can ask that associate any questions that you would like. And then we will always send reports to Tronant and give them updated progress. But if you have questions about that, you can contact me. So the customer experience, a lot of people have asked about, what does the customer actually experience once we get them onboarded, once they say, yes, we want to go with Jive. So I'll just go over this very quickly. But the implementation and deployment, we assign a project manager to all Jive accounts. So what that person does is basically sets everything up for the customer. They'll make sure that their equipment is sent out. They'll make sure the numbers are ported properly. They'll make sure that we have the payments information set up. They'll also make sure that the clients are trained on Jive and that they understand how to use the system that they're signing up for. So a lot of that, the system setup and time frame, it just depends on how long we get the proper paperwork back. But typically the billing will start for a new account 3 to 7 weeks after the referral has closed, and then you will be paid commissions after the customer has paid their first Jive service bill. So I would say I've seen deals close within 3 days, and I've seen them take as long as 6 or 7 months. It just depends on the level of interest of the client, how quickly we can get a hold of them, how, what type of company they are. If they're a school district or a government entity, some of those can take even up to a year for us to get our foot in the door. But for your typical small businesses, medium businesses, they typically will not take that long. We call right away, and typically the customer is very responsive. We can get the information we need, and then our account will be set up and within a matter of 1 to 2 months after the referral has been generated. Again, we do provide an account manager to each customer of Jive after the service has been activated, and that's their point of contact. So if they have questions about the service, if they need help with something, if they need to add on phones or take phones away or reconfigure something, the account manager can help them with that. And additionally, we have technical support that's 24/7. So if customers need help at all, they can just call that number, and they're all great. So we try to make it a really good experience for the customer because we want to make sure that they understand how to use the phone system, they feel comfortable with it, and that they're utilizing all of the features that they're paying for. So again, we announced the Trinant referral contest earlier in January, and just to go over that again, we still have a little over a month until that ends, and we've seen a lot of referrals come in, and we appreciate that. That's fantastic. So how that will work is the associates with the most qualified referrals until March 31st will win. So the person with the most will get a $250 Visa gift card. The second place prize is $150, and the third place prize is $75. So just keep them coming. A few little contest details. We want to make sure they're pre-qualified, meaning that we can actually get a hold of them and have a conversation with them. So if we've tried to call 10 or 12 times and we can't get in touch with anybody, we leave messages and send emails and no one calls back, then we do disqualify that. So we just want to make sure that you guys are armed with the information you need so that we can make sure to get in contact with the right person. So again, just to show you your referral page, if you have questions about things, if you want to download resources, access marketing pieces for customers, or just learn more about Jive, you can also register your referrals here. Just go to jive.com/Trinant. I know this says questions. I'm just going to put this up on the screen here to show you the resources that you have, the numbers that you can call. If you have questions, you can contact me, or you can email Trinant@jive.com. Check us out on social media. We've got lots of fun, interesting new things coming up. So looks like we have, let's see, the people are asking questions about that. I'm going to unshare the screen for a minute. Can everyone hear me now?
Yes.
All right, I've unmuted everybody, so I can hear everybody now. Can you all, does anyone have any questions at this point? We'll take questions at this point. So if anyone's, I'm getting a lot of feedback from everyone's phones. So if you're on a phone or cell phone or something, If you could mute it from your end, that would be really helpful. I'm only able to mute everybody at once, and I'd like to hear your questions. So I did have people chat some questions in. So someone asked if the customer has to buy a new phone to use Jive or if their old equipment will work. The type of phone that is needed for Jive is basically a voice over IP phone. We sell many different types of phones here, or the customer, they may have phones already that will work with our service. We just have to take that on a case-by-case basis. When the customer buys a phone from Jive, the phones will be pre-provisioned, which means that they're just ready to go. Once the customer receives them, we'll provision them and ship them, and then the customers will just plug them into their internet and they're ready to go. So if they have their own equipment, we would just have to walk them through how to provision that over the phone. So let's see.
There it is. Questions to ask.
Does anyone have any other questions or chatting? It looks like some other people are chatting in, but.
I have a question.
Sure.
What happens if you contact a business or a small business and they don't give you their email address? Will you guys still accept them with their name and their phone number?
We will. Yeah, it's best to have multiple types of ways to contact people, but if they just will not give it, then at least give us the phone number, then that's fine. We can call them. We always call. Typically we'll call first and then also send an email if we don't get a hold of anyone. But as much contact information as is very helpful.
Yes, I understand. Okay. I'm asking for another business associate. Thank you.
You're welcome. Of course. Someone just asked if people have been finding if the price is better than other systems, if the pricing is better. So Jive we're very price competitive. You can find home phone systems that are going to be cheaper. There are certain things that you can find that the base might be less price-wise. But with what you're getting with Jive, you're getting a really robust system. You're getting a business-grade phone system. And so all of those features are included in that price. We're not going to add anything else on. Where other companies, their price might be lower up front, but if you want to add a conference bridge or if you want to add an auto attendant, it's going to cost you more every month. Or they, do minutes or something. But yes, we're very price competitive. Any other questions that anyone has today?
I have a quick question.
Great. Sure.
Can you hear me?
A few minutes ago. And
sorry, what was that?
Hang on a
second. Can you hear me?
Okay, I have a question.
Sure.
For some reason, my webinar didn't work, so I just want to know if there's a place that I can go and watch it again. Have you guys recorded it or anything like that?
Yes, I have recorded it, and I'll send that back out. Were you on the computer? Did you check?
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, it just said that couldn't find the DNS server, and I couldn't find it. And I tried it through 3 different web browsers, so I couldn't get on.
I'm so sorry to hear that. Yes, I will absolutely send that over to Trinont Corporate. If you want to email me your contact information, just email trinont@jive.com. Then I can send that to you directly. So the email is just trinont@jive.com, and I can send that directly.
Great.
Yeah, I'm sorry
I'll do that
about
right now. Thank you. No,
You're
no
welcome.
problem. Appreciate it.
Okay, what's the difference? You say you have the residential and you have commercial, right, on Jive?
What's that?
You have a commercial and a residential phone, right?
No. So Jive is a business phone system, so we're not residential. We don't market to residential because it's more of a robust feature set than a residential would ever need or want. So the price point is a little higher than a residential would be.
Okay.
But,
what kind of system do you guys use? You say you have some phones. Are they portable phone for like a cellular phone, or they just mainly sit on landline?
So it's not. So what the technology is, it's hosted VoIP. So it's basically phones that run over the internet system. So it's not a cellular provider and it's not a landline. It's a different type of technology.
So voice over IP?
So we'll use desk phones, and there are desk phones that are, just a handset, or you can have a cordless phone, or we have a mobile app which you can use with your cell phone, but you will still need a cellular provider for your cell phone. But the mobile app just allows you to be mobile so that your Jive phone can be forwarded to your cell phone through the app.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
All good questions. You're welcome. Thanks for asking questions, everyone. It's someone asked if you can refer countries in Asia. Right now, Jive, it does have an international footprint, but we're just getting started in some of these other regions. If you have companies that you know of, we can certainly reach out to them, but it's a little bit different. It will go through our international team. But contact me directly if you have questions about that. Just at trinont@jive.com.
Okay.
I appreciate all your questions. They're all great. If you think of other questions you'd like to ask or need additional information, you can always email trinont@jive.com, or you can call me. We can set up other types of things. But yeah, I guess so. If no one has any other questions today, I'll let you all get back to the rest of your day. I will send this recording out so that you can review it again. And we have several others that have different information on them as well.
Chị có cần cái này là cái khâu của mình không?
All right. I guess if we have no other questions, I appreciate all of your time, and we'll try to do this again in another couple of weeks.
Thank you.
So thanks, everyone. Have a wonderful day.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.